Welcome back to The Way We Farm. Today we're doing something different. Going to talk about a few of my old catalogs from back in the day. But first, who remembers like John Deere days? I'm sure Case IH had them. I know our local white dealer used to have a pancake, or I think they did actually hot dogs. And different dealers, a tire dealer did pancake breakfast or pancake lunch. Some places did, the Ford dealer, actually, when I was a little kid, used to do a pancake lunch. There was chicken and biscuits at the tire place. So, do you remember? I know John Deere called it John Deere days. When I was a little dude, so I was born in 1970. Yeah, I know I'm old. When I was a little dude, I don't remember, 5, 6, 7, probably 7 or 8, something like that. We went to the John Deere dealer, and they used to have their John Deere days was at night. So, Dad got done milking cows. We went, I think it was a Saturday night. They had a John Deere 7000 corn planter there. And in the seed hoppers, they had peanuts in the shell. You could take them out, shell them. Like I say, I was just a little dude. I don't think I was 10 years old. My brothers went with me. Our cousin went with us, I believe. And we had so much fun. Dad would talk with his buddies. There used to be a place in Bergen, New York that produced, I think it was Comstock, Blue Boy Pop. So we'd get grape soda or whatever. We'd drink all the pop we could have. Mom stayed home, so Dad didn't say nothing. Us little boys ran wild. They probably had something other than peanuts and pop, but I just remember filling up on pop and peanuts. It was the coolest time. So anytime I was little and I went to the dealership, I always picked up a catalog. So my favorite thing in the whole wide world, the shop's a mess. Sorry about the light. My favorite thing in the whole wide world is combines. So when I was a little dude, every time I'd go to the John Deere dealer, I'd pick up a combine book. I've got this one. I've got this one. 8820. I never thought I'd own an 8820. I had 2 of these. I got 2 of those. Grain cart. Grain carts are grain. We call them grain buggies in Western New York. Grain carts were unheard of back in the day. I didn't know anybody that had a grain cart. And then, I know I'm getting older, but I still, once in a while, when I'm at the store, I'll sneak a book. I don't take nearly as many as I used to, but I even got an X Series one. That one's got a stain on it. None of these are in good shape. I've looked at these so many times. I about wore the covers off of some of these. This one, the covers all wore out. The pages are probably wore out. I looked at these. Man, when I was a little dude, whoopsie, look at that beautiful 7720, 6620 side hill. 8820. Like I say, I never dreamed I'd own one. But same with books. Now, I was so little when I grabbed this book, I didn't really wear the edge of this one out because I was too little. I probably looked at it a few times, put it in a box. Speaking of boxes, we'll get back to these. My mom used to get our clothes, the laundry detergent, in these old cardboard boxes. She'd cut them on an angle so my little books would fit right in there, and I could still get them out. So I've still got, I don't know if I've got a half a dozen boxes. I've got international buyer's guides from 1979, 1980, I think 81. I do have an international plow book here and a Case international book with blowers and choppers and stuff in it. But yeah, this 30 series book's in good shape. This old 40 series book, I've got a number of these, but this one's in pretty bad shape. I probably looked at that every night I got home from school for a couple of years. I got a loader and spreader one. I got manure handling, more manure handling. Grew up on a dairy farm. Loaders, spreaders, blades, and snow blowers. Oh, man, these were cool. These forage books, I looked through them. Like I say, sorry about the shadow. Rotary flail cutters. That guy's cutting Milo stalks. I didn't even know what Milo was when I was a little kid. I can't see what model that is, but when I was a boy, my dad bought a 4040. I think I spoke of it before. He bought a 4040 with like 400 hours on it. The local ASCS government office had it on a no-till planter, maybe 1982, 1983. So he bought it in 1984. I think it had 400 hours on it. I still know the guy that owns it. We had a little 1209 hay bind when I was a kid, just like this one in this picture. Cut a lot of hay with a 1209. John Deere 4010, 3020. And then we bought the 4040. We used to cut hay with that. I've got hay and equipment books, forage equipment books, more hay and equipment. Chisel plows and mulch tillers. Never dreamed I own an articulated John Deere tractor, and in 2010, we bought our old 8440 that we still use. So that book, look at that 16 row with dry fertilizer, so cool. This one was a favorite cover of mine. Does it get any better than those planters right there? Look at that right there, 24 row. I almost think one of these is an 18 row if I count it correctly. 16 row, 12 row. This is a newer book. This is sprinkled in the old box, but air drills, air seeders, or excuse me, seeders and seeding tillers. 4840 on the front of this one with a big 3-grain drill hitch. Oh my goodness. So I think in one of these, excuse me, I believe it's this one, there was a picture of a 4440 hooked to a power, whoops, wrong book. Hooked to a power seeder like you would seed pastures. There we go, 4440 hooked to that. Look at that cloud of dust. I never understood how a power till seeder worked, but that is cool. Again, never thought I'd own a 4440. Got one. Got a 4430. Now we got a S-Series combine. Be a long time before we have a X-Series, but we have a S-Series hiding over here in the shop. So, yep, I always have been a little farm nerd. I used to pick up them books. I got some Alice Chalmers Land Handler magazines. I don't remember how many I got. I should get them out. Somewhere out there's a collector that would love to have mine from the early 80s that collects Alice Chalmers, would probably love them land handlers. If you wanted to send me a message or an email, that would be great. I wouldn't mind parting with them. I don't know what they're worth, but somebody out there probably wants them. I've got John Deere furrows. I've got Successful Farming's farm journals from the early 80s. Like I said, I got boxes of these books, but these ones were just kind of cool. They were sitting on top. And my friend Jason Hassert from Big Tractor Power, he called me one day this fall, needed some specs out of one of these books for one of his videos. And we got talking. He said, hey, do a video on your old catalogs and John Deere days. And like I said, I remember going to the Ford pancake lunch, going to get hot dogs at the White dealer, and the John Deere dealer always had, for years and years, had John Deere days. They haven't had one in quite a while that I'm aware of, but leave some comments. I love when you guys give me comments. So tell me, what was your favorite day? If they had, any of your dealers had anything, or we used to go to the livestock market. We had 2 livestock markets. My wife and I were talking about when we were kids. We'd go to them. They would give out silver dollars was one of the door prizes. You'd get your ticket or whatever. They'd give out canes. They had pop too. They'd have a tub of pop and snacks, and we would drink too much pop. We didn't drink a lot of pop at home. We call soda pop here in Western New York. We would drink soda until we were silly, and we'd come home and be wild little monkeys, and it was just a lot of fun. And we would get canes, and they gave out calendars and silver dollars and I think some like snacks and stuff. It was just phenomenal. So had a great childhood, got to do a lot of cool stuff like that. So leave a comment. Thanks for watching. Spring is coming fast. We're not even close to ready, but we pick it up in April. April gets here, we start working a lot faster because we know better days are coming. We'll be in the field soon and getting that corn. This year, sweet corn, field corn, soybeans, black beans, milo, all in the ground, and a little custom work for the neighbors. So it's going to be a busy spring. Follow along. Things are going to get more exciting in a few weeks. And as always, it was a great week to feed the world. Hope you did too. Thanks for watching.